The first thing you should know is this. I didn't catch her cheating in a bed. I caught her laughing. Not the nervous laugh people make when they're unsure. Not the polite one. This one was sharp, confident, cruel. I had come home early that day because my manager told me the project was delayed. For once, life gave me a free afternoon. I remember thinking I'd surprise her. Maybe cook, maybe sit close, maybe try again to feel like a husband instead of a roommate. Her voice drifted from the bedroom, and then she said it. Honestly, he tries, but confidence? Nah, it's like he's scared of his own shadow. Another voice laughed, male, relaxed, familiar. A coworker. My feet froze to the floor. So why stay? He asked. She didn't hesitate. Comfort, stability, and, not everyone needs fireworks. Fireworks. That's what I wasn't. I didn't walk in. I didn't confront her. I stood there long enough to hear her reduce me to a joke, then quietly walked back outside like a ghost leaving his own house. That was mistake number one. I didn't explode. I shrank. Over the next weeks, I noticed things I had ignored before. She guarded her phone like it held state secrets. She dressed differently for work. She started correcting me, my posture, my tone, the way I spoke. Not helpfully, casually cruel. You're overthinking again. Why are you so tense? Relax. Not everything is a competition. She had no idea every word landed like a quiet insult. I later found out she had already told him intimate details about me, not graphic, but humiliating. My hesitations, my insecurities, things I trusted her with. She didn't just cheat on me emotionally. She performed my weakness for someone else. The second twist hit harder. One night, she came home glowing, not happy, validated. She sat across from me and said, almost playfully, "Do you think confidence can be learned?" I nodded. She smiled, not warmly. Interesting. Later, I found the messages. Not explicit, but unmistakable. Late-night conversations. Compliments. Inside jokes. Subtle comparisons. She wasn't cheating yet. She was testing. Seeing if the grass really was greener. Seeing if the coworker matched the fantasy she had built using my flaws as contrast. I realized something terrifying. She needed me small so someone else could feel big. It happened on Thursday. She told me she was working late. I didn't argue, didn't ask questions. Instead, I followed. Not like a movie, no dramatic chase. Just quiet confirmation. I saw them through a cafe window. Too close, too familiar. She laughed the same laugh I had heard weeks earlier, the one that said, "I am choosing this moment over you." She saw me. For half a second, our eyes met. And she didn't panic. She smiled awkwardly, like I was interrupting something harmless. That smile killed whatever was left. That night, I confronted her. She didn't deny it. She sighed. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Then came the sentence I'll never forget. "You've always been safe." I needed to feel wanted. She genuinely believed I would fight for her, that I would promise to change, beg, improve, compete. She waited. I didn't raise my voice, didn't cry. I simply asked, "Is he better than me?" She hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. The next morning, I packed. Not everything, just enough. She stood in the doorway, confused. "You're overreacting," she said. "We can fix this." The moment I stopped chasing, her confidence cracked. She didn't want him. She wanted options. I left without drama. No speeches. No diving. Just silence. 3 months later, she called, crying. The coworker had lost interest. He didn't want commitment. He didn't want depth. He wanted what she offered when she was mocking someone else. She realized too late that confidence built on tearing someone down doesn't last. She said, "I didn't know what I had." That was the final lie. She knew. She just didn't. I didn't take her back. Not because I hated her, but because I finally understood something. Confidence isn't loud. It doesn't perform. It doesn't need comparison. She mocked what she didn't understand. And now she lives with that echo. I sleep peacefully. She sleeps remembering the laugh that ended everything. After I left, something strange happened. I started hearing about myself. Not directly, through mutual friends, through half sentences, through awkward pauses. She had rewritten me. According to her, I was insecure, emotionally heavy, too soft, always in my head. She didn't just mock me to her coworker. She built a story where she was the patient woman who tried her best, and I was the man who couldn't step up. That version of me spread faster than the truth. And for a while, it worked. People nodded when she spoke. They comforted her. They told her she deserved happiness. Nobody asked what I felt, and that hurt until it didn't. Here's the part she never understood. I wasn't quiet because I was weak. I was quiet because I was observing. While she was out rediscovering herself, I was rebuilding something she never noticed I had lost: my sense of self. I wanted therapy not because I was broken, but because I wanted clarity. I stopped apologizing for existing. I learned that intimacy isn't performance, it's presence. The confidence she mocked wasn't missing, it was just never safe around her. When someone turns your vulnerability into a punchline, your body learns to shut down. I didn't need to become louder. I needed to become free. 6 months later, the calls started again. At first, I ignored them. Then the texts came. Long ones. Messy ones. She told me the coworker wasn't who she thought he was. That he liked attention, not connection. That when she opened up, he pulled away. I already knew where this was going. But then she said something that stopped me cold. He laughed when I told him something personal, and suddenly I remembered you. Silence sat between my thoughts. She had become the joke. The same way she laughed at me, she was now being laughed at casually, effortlessly, without cruelty, which somehow made it worse. We met once. Public place. Neutral ground. She looked different. Not worse. Just smaller. She avoided my eyes at first. Then she said it. I think I mocked you because I was scared. I waited. You were steady. You were calm. You saw me clearly. And instead of rising to that, I tried to shrink you. That was the closest thing to truth she had ever given me. She didn't cheat because I lacked confidence. She cheated because she did. Before we stood up to leave, I asked her one question. Not angrily, not emotionally, just curiosity. If I begged you that night, would you have stayed? She swallowed. Her eyes filled. No, she whispered. That answer freed me, because it meant nothing I could have done would have saved us. And everything I refused to do saved me. Her regret didn't come with dramatic speeches. It came quietly. She still checks my page, still asks about me through others, still compares every man she meets to the calm she once mocked. She told a mutual friend recently, I thought confidence meant dominance. I didn't know it could be silence. That was the moment she finally understood. Too late. I don't hate her. I don't miss her. I learned something expensive from her, and I paid in pain. She learned something priceless from me, and paid in loss. She mocked my bedroom confidence, then tested someone else. Now she lives knowing the man she laughed at was the only one who ever made her feel safe without trying. And that regret? It doesn't scream. It sits with her at night.